Good Erev Shabbos, everybody. I know the world and everyone's talking about. People are filled with worry and uncertainties. These very trying times. We have to, everything that we experience in this world, we have to understand that Hashem is speaking to us, the Creator is talking to us, trying to wake us up, calling to us, trying to elicit a certain response. And on our part, we have to, first of all, of course, follow the guidelines of the professionals and din al-machus din, the laws of the land. Is law, is Torah law, to do exactly what we're told. But the question is also on a spiritual level and also on a faith level. So the first thing that we can think about is that the Zohar, in Parshas Noach, the Zohar writes that in the 5,600 year, which is equivalent to the 1840, which really began already in 1740, the lower and upper wisdoms of the world will become revealed. This is the wisdom of the absolute unity of Hashem that was revealed through the teachings of the Baal Shem Tov and all the great tzaddikim that lived in that generation. As well, that was the beginning of the modern world, of the Industrial Revolution, with the idea of creating connections through locomotives and then eventually through cars and airplanes and phones and radios and then internet, which the whole concept of the entire structure of the scientific revolution or the technology revolution is the idea of unifying the world, unifying the entire globe, all of humanity and all of creation. This is supposed to create a unity amongst human beings and within Klal Yisrael themselves, a unity within Klal Yisrael. And instead, this is the lower wisdom that was supposed to be revealed, and that was supposed to be inconsistent with the upper wisdom, which is the revealing of Torah Chassidus, the teachings of Chassidus, and the deeper teachings of the Torah that revealed the Achdus Hashem, the oneness of Hashem. Instead, it brought about, unfortunately, to many people, it brought about division, loneliness, isolation. The more people have technology, the more they feel isolated, the more they feel separated from each other. And Hashem is showing us that on a Tzelem Elokim level, on a level that every single person is born with a divine image, we are all interdependent and interconnected. Everyone should be respected for that and cared for. It doesn't mean that we all have to be the same. Rather, on the opposite, despite and because of our differences, to recognize the beauty of this beautiful tapestry of this world, that the oneness of Hashem, the oneness of God, is revealed in the multiplicity and the fullness and diversity of Hashem's beautiful creation. So that's one thing that we can take as a lesson to try to understand that even though physically it's causing people to be a little bit more isolated now, but the intention of the isolation, just like the story of the Nega, the story of the Mitzvah, someone that is spiritually afflicted with a spiritual disease in the Torah times, had to step away from society in order to reintegrate in a healthy way because they were disrespectful to other people or because they spoke negative words against other people. So sometimes the separation is for the point of a deeper sweetening and integration. Sometimes you have to separate in order to know what to create. So the idea of thinking about this is, even though physically we're separated from each other, we all have to think about how we can help another person, another human being, every single human being created with the Tzelem Elokim, and how can we alleviate as much as we can in our capacity and hope that we get through this the least scarred and unscathed possible. Then there's the issue of the fear and the worry and the doubts and the anxiety that comes along with all this, because we're so impressionable from all the stimulants that's being created, and that's also a negative thing because we have no filters, so we take in all information and all stimuli and all imagery, and that creates a lot of anxiety and a lot of uncertainties. So we have to stop worrying, we have to try to stop worrying. And if we really think about that, worry really doesn't do anything. So we have to do what we're told, to take all the precautions possible to ensure that we keep the safety of ourselves and our family and our loved ones and the community at large. But we also have to understand that worry in itself is nothing. It doesn't do anything in itself. What it actually does, it just gives the person the illusion that they're in control. Because a person feels like, if I'm not worrying, I'm not doing anything. So do what you can do, everything within your capacity to do, and just let go of the worry. And understand we have to cultivate a deeper level of emunah, faith, and bitachon, and trust. And the faith and trust means to have not only a faith in Hashem, in God, but a faith that there's a kindness in this world, that Hashem is of Arachamon, that the world is progressing towards Anhagas HaYichud, towards a place of Yichud, of unity, that life is constantly moving forward, even though there's sometimes lapses and things move in different directions, but the overarching direction of the entire world is always moving towards a place of redemption and unity, and the idea of the revealing of Hashem Echad in this world, the oneness of Hashem that we revealed in this world. To really not just have faith in this idea like an abstract philosophical faith, but faith has to be is a proactive activity. Faith is something that you have to fight for. You have to believe in. You have to fight for it. Yadav Emunah, you have to fight for Emunah. We need to fight for a better world. We need to fight to eradicate disease, to bring people closer to peace, to believe in the goodness of the Creator and His creation and the goodness of man. And we have to fight for this Emunah, which means to fight pessimism, to fight doomsday ideas in your mind that things are just going to get worse and everything's just going to fall apart. And we have to fight that internally in our own mind, to fight pessimism with optimism, with hope, with with we trust in Hashem. There'll be goodness in this world. The goodness will become revealed in this world. We have to fight this on an emotional level to cast away the doubt that we have and the uncertainties and the anxieties. And also, of course, we have to even fight this on a physical level as much as we can, possible with all the technology that we can create, and everyone's in the capacity to create or to help, to make sure that we're able to overcome this virus. It's interesting that the virus itself is especially dangerous for older people. Now, of course, this means literally, but there's also the metaphor of an older person. The idea of an older person, it could be a young person, it could be 20 years old, it could be 90 years old. An old person means somebody that gives up on life. Someone that says that the only reason why I am today is because I was yesterday. Someone that gives up on their dreams, someone that gives up on the world, someone that stops living with wonder, with optimism, with hope, with progress. And this is what we have to fight for. We cannot become old in this situation. The less we become old internally and think that, and have positive thoughts and have optimistic thoughts that Hashem, God is a Rachamon, Hashem is kind, and the world is progressing towards, always moving towards Yichud, Yichud. The more we create it, and Hashem Tzilcha, Hashem is our shadow. The more we believe in it, the more we bring this into this world. So the more optimistic we are, the more hopeful we are, the more we don't despair, and we let go of all our despair and our anxieties, the more we draw down Hashem's light and to shower the world with revealed and open goodness. Shabbos.